the permanent protection against the severe erosion of the Brahmaputra river in the southern bank of the district of Dhubri, Gwalpara and South Salmara Mankacha, Assam. Honorable Prime Minister, sir, with reference to the subject mentioned above, we, the undersigned members of the Struggle Committee for Permanent Protection Against Erosion of the Brahmaputra River in the undivided district of Gwalpara, Assam, would like to have the honor and privilege to place before you the following few lines for favor of your kind perusal and sympathetic response. That, sir, another copy, six demand copy. Not this one. That, sir, 6 demand. That, sir, you know it well that the Brahmaputra river is one of the most turbulent rivers in the world, and with one of the highest rainfall zones in the world in the catchment area, the river causes most devastating floods with bank erosions almost every year. As a result, thousands of acres of agricultural lands with standing crops of various types are damaged all throughout the 918-kilometer length of the river from Shodhia to Dhubri. Hundreds of dwelling houses are washed away and thousands of people are rendered homeless and even landless by the torrential floods and erosions of the river. Roads and bridges are heavily disrupted, and animal population, both domestic and wild, are also badly affected by the recurring floods of the Brahmaputra river. Government offices, religious centers, and educational institutions also come under the destructive sway of the floods. That, sir, we have come from the westernmost part of Assam, that is the undivided district of Gwalpara, which comprises the present districts of Dhubri, Gwalpara, and South Salmara Mankacha. The people of these districts, particularly of the southern bank areas of the district, are the worst sufferers of the recurring ravages of the floods and erosions of the Brahmaputra river. This area is about 150 kilometers long triangular stretch of land and alluvial land flanked by, on one side by Garo Hills district of Meghalaya and the Brahmaputra river on the other side, touching the borders of Bangladesh at the end. The land is very fertile, once inhabited by rich farmers who used to contribute enormously to the economy of Assam by cultivating crops like paddy, jute, wheat, grams, and pulses of various kinds, along with vegetables of all kinds. But in recent times, the area has been devastated by continuous bank erosions of the Brahmaputra river, as a result of which important places in the southern bank of the river, like South Salmara, Fakirganj, Shukchor, Hajirahat, Patakata, Jamadarahat, Joleshwar, Balarvita, Chunari, Tulsibari, etc., have been completely eroded away. An embankment was started in 1954-55 from Khormuja Hills of Gwalpara district, and it was extended up to Hajirat in South Salmara Mankacha district in a phased manner with the intention to protect the whole area from the ravages of Brahmaputra floods. This embankment was an 83-kilometer long structure which encircled 31,516 hectares of land in the plains of Assam and Meghalaya, and with an estimated population of 8 to 10 lakhs. But the embankment only accelerated the pace of bank erosion, and it was overtopped or eaten up at many places even before it was completed. Today, about 80% of the area which was covered by the embankment in these districts has been eaten up by the Brahmaputra river over the years. More than 100 villages have been eroded away, affecting about 5 lakhs of people. The remaining population are also living under constant threat of imminent erosion of the river. The saddest part of the phenomenon is that the government have not only failed to protect the people and their landed properties from erosion, they have not rehabilitated any of these uprooted families in a planned manner. At best, government might have provided nominal gratuitous reliefs or rehabilitation grants to some of the families in a random manner. Even a proper register of the erosion affected people has not been maintained by the government. As a result, when these displaced persons scatter to different places within the state or outside the state in search of livelihood, they are suspected as Bangladeshi nationals and harassed in various ways. That's why the people of the southern bank of the districts of Dhubri, Gwalpara and South Salbara Mankachar have been demanding for long that the erosion of the Brahmaputra river should be controlled and channelized through effective anti-erosion measures. We believe that in these days of highly advanced science and technology, it is not impossible to tame the Brahmaputra, however terrible it may be. We have two glaring examples of this before our eyes in the forms of successful anti-erosion boulder works of Dhubri Township and the Nagaban dike of South Salbara, which has pushed up the Brahmaputra to a remarkable distance. But the kind of works the concerned departments do in our locality in the name of flood fighting measures like porcupines, bamboo boring, bamboo spurs, bamboo piling, etc. are sheer wastage of public money in the name of controlling the Brahmaputra. Rather, the people demand that after proper survey and investigation at all vulnerable points of the river configuration, effective scientific anti-erosion measures should be taken with boulder spurs and boulder bullheads, as has been done at Dhubri Town Protection and South Salbara Nagaban scheme. At some places, even geobags may be effective if used following proper scientific methods. We have been hearing that the government have taken some money as loan from the Asian Development Bank for protection works against erosion under Gwalpara and Dhubri water resource departments. But at the ground level, although the Gwalpara division has initiated some works, the Dhubri division water resource division is yet to start any major work, whereas the pace of erosion is severest around Fakirganj Jamadarat sector under this division. That's why the Brahmaputra river is an important national waterway. Prior to 1965 Indo-Pak War, big mercantile steamers used to ply regularly all throughout the year. As a result, the main channel of the river had always been deep and navigable. But since the Indo-Pak War of 1965, the plying of commercial cargo ships from Calcutta to Dibrugarh has stopped. There is silt deposits in the mid-channel, as a result of which the inland water ports like Dhubri, Jogigupa, Palashbari, etc. lose their navigability. This also aggravates erosion of the river bank. During the lean season, regular passenger ferries cannot ply between Dhubri, Fakirganj or Jogigupa, Gwalpara. We are glad to learn that the government has planned to spend rupees 4,800 crores annually for development of maintenance of infrastructure and waterways in Assam. We therefore would like to request you kindly to ensure that regular dredging is taken up along the Brahmaputra waterways and commercial cargo ships ply throughout the year so that proper navigability of the river is maintained. Here, another demand it has been raised by others that some of the eroded land can be reclaimed. If the government wants, they take adequate measures. Some of the eroded land that has already been eroded, that can also be reclaimed. So that is also possible. We have not made that specifically that demand, but it is there. So finally, we would like to place the following demands before you and hope that you would take urgent steps in consultation with the state government to fulfill them. And the 6 demands are there. Number 1, protect all vulnerable areas in the southern bank of Gwalpara to Hatsingimari from imminent erosion of the Brahmaputra river by adopting proper scientific and effective anti-erosion measures. Anti-erosion measures, not anti-flood. floods are not a problem for us.
It's a 3-month problem.
Yes, but problem is erosion. So control erosion. So that is the demand. Second demand, take effective and scientific measures for permanent solution of flood problems. Flood problems should also be controlled. Effective.
Secondary.
Yes, secondary. Primary is erosion. And three, rehabilitate all erosion affected people immediately with due compensation. And the people, about 5 lakhs of people have been affected by erosion. Government have not rehabilitated any of them. Government have not done anything towards the rehabilitation of these people. We want that all these people who have been affected by erosion should be rehabilitated by the government. So, and number 4, make a register of all erosion affected people at the circle level and arrange to issue them certificates of erosion. If you cannot rehabilitate the people, at least you can maintain a register of the affected people. You can issue certificates to them so that wherever they go, within the state or outside the state, they can claim that we are erosion affected people of Assam. But now they have not maintained any such register. As a result, what happens? When a man from Gwalpara or Dhubri goes to Dibrugarh, he is suspected as a foreign national, as a Bangladeshi, and he is harassed. If he comes to Delhi, in your Delhi itself, there are many people, such erosion affected people, who are working here in Delhi. And here in Delhi also, these people are harassed by people as Bangladeshis. Some of the Indian people, they are forcibly sent to Bangladesh, whereas they are not inhabitants of Bangladesh, not citizens of Bangladesh. They are citizens of Assam, India, Bengal and Assam. But these people happen to be minority community people, and since they do not have any certificates of erosion with them, they are very much, for several generations, even prior to the creation of Bangladesh or creation of independence of the country, these people have been living in undivided India. And these people are suspected as Bangladeshi nationals, they are harassed as Bangladeshis, and some of them are sent to Bangladesh. You see, so that is the misery. So to stop all these things, a register should be maintained by the government at the circle level, and a certificate should be issued to all the erosion affected people, so that they can, wherever they go, within the state or outside the state, well, they would carry a certificate of erosion effect. So that is another demand. The fifth demand is that stop converting eroded patta lands into khas lands. You know what happens? When a land is eroded, my land is patta land. When the land is eroded, government do not rehabilitate me, but that land is converted into khas land. And after a few years, maybe the land reappears. And when the land reappears, I can go and settle there. It has already happened in South Salmar area. Large chunks of land has reappeared after a few years. Now people are going there, they are trying to settle there. Now the government says, no, you cannot settle here. This was not your land, this is khas land. It has become khas, government land. So whereas this land belonged to his forefathers for generations together, the land that belonged to me for generations together, after erosion, this land has become khas land, so that I have no claim over the land. I cannot resettle there. That is what is taking place. So this should stop. And you cannot, your responsibility is to rehabilitate the erosion affected people. You are not doing that. Instead, what you are doing, you are converting the patta land into khas lands. This should be stopped. The sixth demand is arrange regular dredging and plying of commercial cargo ships all throughout the year. Regular dredging of the Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra can be channelized within 100, I think 1 or 1.5 kilometers or 2 kilometers. It can be channelized, and the main channel can be kept deep enough by dredging, regular dredging. And if regular cargo ships ply from Calcutta via Bangladesh to Dibrugarh, Dhubri, Gwalpara, Guwahati to Dibrugarh, then the river main channel remains navigable all throughout the year. And that will, on the one hand, minimize the effect of erosion on the banks. On the other hand, while this cargo ships, commerce and business, it will continue, well, national and internationally, through Bangladesh, from Calcutta to Bangladesh, Dhaka, Dhubri, Jogigupa, Guwahati, and Dibrugarh. So this is what we have been demanding. Along with this, there is another demand. We have not made it here. It is that some of the eroded land can be reclaimed. It can be, if you do like this, if you protect the banks, some land would automatically be reclaimed. There are certain rocks. There at Khurmuja there is a rock. At Buraburithan there is a rock. At South Jaleshwar there is a rock. At South Salmara there is a rock. Connecting together these rocks, well, this South Bank eroded affected area can be reclaimed. And these thousands and lakhs of people can be rehabilitated. Erosion affected people can be rehabilitated there. So that is also our demand. So friends, these are the demands we have made to the Prime Minister of India, to the Water Resource Minister, Mr. Patil, to Mr. Sarbananda Sonowal.